Good morning. It is the last day of Vlogtober. It's Halloween. I've got my spiders in for the day. I might get changed later into my little skull and crossbones dress. I've got to put all the window decorations up for the trick-or-treaters. I probably should have done that a few days ago, but I haven't really been feeling up to it. I'm just about to cook some bacon in the air fryer. Phoebe and I are the only ones at home today. We're going to have some bacon sandwiches. It's just coming up for midday. So it's her kind of, she doesn't like to eat breakfast. She doesn't feel hungry in the morning. So it's her kind of breakfast lunch. And it'll be my lunch because I like to eat my lunch early. So I wonder if I can do all of this on here. Bacon's lovely in the air fryer. I like my bacon crispy. And it comes out perfect. You might hear little sort of crinkling noises because I just washed my hands and I'm defrosting a ice block in the sink and it's crackling where it's defrosting because we don't need a million ice blocks in the freezer at the moment because it's not hot anymore. Hey. Yeah, so it's Tuesday. Phoebe and I are the only ones here. Dan's in the office today, but he'll be back later this afternoon. Oh, sorry, frog in my throat. And Lilia is back at college today in her pyjamas because they've got a bit of a Halloween day, so they all decided to go in their pyjamas. I have got to tidy up. So my friend is probably going to pop round this afternoon and we're hoping to, with her dog, which, because Phoebe adores animals of all kinds and she especially loves Daisy, the dog. So my friend is hoping to come round this afternoon with Daisy and we're hoping to take her for a little walk. But it all depends on other things and timing, so we're just going to play it by ear. And until then, I want to tidy up the living room and then put the window decorations up for tonight and just generally tidy up some of the mess that's been gathering whilst I've been out of action. I'm still not feeling 100%, but I'm feeling so much better. And I know that it's affected Vlogtober a bit, like I didn't do half the things I wanted to do. I wanted to dye my hair and someone asked about what hair dye I use, so I didn't get around to that, but I will mention what one it is I use because I can't remember off the top of my head. Top of my head. I didn't get around to doing my little clay decoration tutorial. I might do a Christmas one, like a little Santa instead. And what else didn't I do? I didn't do my book thing, like a book catch up like I talked about yesterday, but I will do that as a separate video. Yeah, and there was days out, like we normally go to Up the Castle. That's one of our favourite Halloween things to do during the half term, and we wanted to go to a National Trust place as well, but we're just not going to get the chance to do it because I was just a bit floored for a week or so there, so never mind. We're still going to get to eat bacon sandwiches, and any day with bacon sandwiches is a good day, unless you're a vegetarian or a vegan, in which case it would be a really, really bad day. Things have gone very wrong if you were having a bacon sandwich. You look nice.
Thank you.
You heard from Layla now?
Yeah, she said she's going to come at 2 or 3.
I have had a very exciting delivery. This is my new old Hoover. It's exactly the same as well, it's not a Hoover, it's a Mealy. It's my new vacuum. It's exactly the same as my current one. Is it? Have they sent me the right one actually? Oh yes, they have. So this is it. It's the Complete C2 Cat and Dog Power Line. And we've had this exact Hoover for, hang on a minute. Turn the thing round to talk to you. I'm just almost at the end of the maid. And just so enjoyed it. Just really enjoyed the narration, really enjoyed the characters, really enjoyed the story. But just at the epilogue. And then this arrived. It's, like I say, for about the 30 billionth time, exactly the same as the one we've got. We bought our current one, goodness me, and we hadn't even been in our old house that long. So I think we've had it coming up for sort of 14 years. And it's been on its last legs for a while. And then the two of the attachments that, we attach all the bits together to do the hoovering broke, and we had to duct tape it together, and it's just been a bit of a pain ever since. But it's been brilliant. What a fantastic vacuum. So I just ordered exactly the same one. They're not cheap vacuum cleaners, are they? They're a lot more expensive than when we bought it originally, but if it lasts another 14 years, I'll be quite happy with that. So I'm going to get this out, check it's all okay, and then hoover. Going to listen to the end of my book first though. They're getting quite old now, they might be losing their stick.
No, it just fell off, like it broke.
Oh. Let's hope Amazon doesn't turn up at this point. We're going to get a bit of a fright.
Tinnies, and I'm going to do taste test.
Oh, are you? Do we need to do a taste
In
test?
case they're poisoned.
How are the pumpkins?
They're nice.
Right.
They taste like the mince pies, but
I'm hoping these sweets will get like the ones we get in France. Really lovely. They look like the ones we get in France.
I'm going to try one.
I'm going to try the raspberry one because they were always my favourite.
I'm going to try strawberry because strawberry is my favourite flavour and everything. Oh yeah.
Not as good as the French ones, but pretty good.
Stop being bougie. Where did you get this from? Asda? Aldi.
Aldi.
This is a lot of sweets.
We usually get a lot of trick or treaters. I am sitting in front of a big pile of jigsaws and books and other things that are going to the charity shop. I had a bit of a sort out and a clear up, and I've managed to get about 5 boxes into one and a load of stuff ready for the charity shop as well. Unfortunately, it's all here. The Halloween decorations are up, but they're going to really come into their own when it gets dark, so I'll show you them again then. And my friend Caroline is on her way with the dog. We're going to put the cat out. She's here having a wash, but she's not going to like the dog. She didn't like the dog last time. She will not like the dog now. We're not ready for guests because there are boxes everywhere, and we're only halfway through sorting out the Halloween stuff, and I've got pumpkins all over the table which haven't been finished. We haven't finished carving, and a big empty box from the new Hoover, and we're in a mess. But it's Caroline, and I've known her all my life, so she won't even notice. Right, go get changed. Daisy, where's your Halloween outfit? Where's your Halloween outfit? She's like, I don't. How humiliating.
Navigating then. Presume you'll be doing Duke of Edinburgh? Yeah. And then of course as well,
Hey Daisy.
as well pulled out Birmingham as well.
Look. Huh? What have I found?
Okay, she's coming to look to see.
Yes, Daisy cares about what I've found. last day of Vlogtober and I've been absolutely rubbish because my friend came round. I can now show you how it all looks in here though. I've gone red. There's Dan. The apparition of Dan. Here's all the nice homely decorations. Here's the apparition of Lilia. And then here is our window. I've got the blind a bit down so you can't see all of it, but and obviously it's all facing outwards. All the spookiness is being projected out. But my plasma ball is my favourite thing. My dad bought that when I was a teenager, I think, and I found it when we moved and I kept it. And I never knew what I was going to do with it, and then I realised Halloween. Perfect. And everyone always compliments it. So it's about 6:30. We've had 3, the little ones are out at the moment, aren't they? The really little dinky, the little skeletons and witches. Yeah. Oh. Are they about to knock? Possibly. Yes, they are. I'll leave this here. I'll be back in a minute. Hello. Here we go. There's chocolates and sweets.
Thank you.
You can take more than one. We've got loads. You want another one? You go. Hang on one.
Did you say thank you?
You're welcome.
So nice.
I know, they're so cute. I said, you can take more than one. He said, no, it's all right. And then I said, go on. He was like, okay. Yeah, so I've been a really terrible vlogger. Let's put this down. And then I realised, oh goodness me, now it's all wobbly. And I haven't even put my dress on or anything because we were chatting and having a cup of tea. And then by the time that was done, then everyone started coming home and now I've got to think about dinner. Yeah, and then I realised I hadn't done my thumbnail for the vlog that's due up right now. So I'm going to get my thumbnail done. And then once again, so I went out earlier and I bought an extra jacket potato. I've been talking about jacket potatoes all week. Thinking, right, all 4 of us are at home tonight. We're going to have jacket potatoes. And then Phoebe last minute had a friend over who's staying for dinner and a sleepover. So they're now going to have nuggets and chips because it's the easiest thing to do with friends who don't fancy jacket potatoes. Lilia will never say no to nuggets and chips, so they're all having that. And Dan and I are going to have jacket potatoes. They're going to get eaten. So that's what I'm going to do. But first I need to get this thumbnail done. This is the state it's in at the moment. The thumbnail's always the hardest part.
Take a couple, we've got loads in there. Don't tell them.
Okay, it's coming up for 7 o'clock. It's been quite quiet trick-or-treaters. We've had a lot, but not as many as we've had in previous years, but it is quite rainy out there. And it's midweek and all the primary schools are back. So I've got me baked potatoes in the oven. I did 3, forgetting that it's only me and Dan's, but we can save the other one and either reheat it or scoop out the innards and have it for lunch. I might have it for lunch on Thursday. And I'm doing some roasted courgette and mushrooms with it. And I've got an onion here and I'm frying it up very slowly and gently. So we get some nice soft onions to go with it as well. And that'll be for Dan and I. So that's going to be really nice. I'm going back to work tomorrow and also, so I actually came on to complain and have a moan. Every Halloween I sit and wait for the trick-or-treaters to come and I sit in the dark and I admire my lights and I have a glass of Prosecco. Poor me. I can't have my Prosecco because I've got my antibiotics, but I'm grateful for the antibiotics, so it's not too much of a hardship. But I did sort of realise when I was getting everything ready and the first trick-or-treaters knocked, I suddenly was like, oh, normally I'd be sipping a nice little cold, refreshing glass of Prosecco. It'll have to wait. What was I going to say before I remembered that I was going to have my moan? can't remember. Oh yes, I'm going back to work. So I ended up calling in sick on Wednesday last week when I was really, really bad. And then I think I started the antibiotics on the Thursday, and I worked from home on the Friday, and then spent the rest of Friday afternoon in bed. And then all of Saturday. Yeah, so it was a bit of a lost week last week, as you know, because you were here. So I'm really looking forward to attempting to get back in, but I also know that if it gets too much, I can come home. I've said before, I've got a very understanding boss and very understanding colleagues, so hopefully it won't come to that, but that's good to know. One thing though, I finished The Maid. It was really good and I so enjoyed it, but it means that I'm going to have to come up with a new audiobook to listen to on my way to work. And that reminds me of something else that I need to tell you. You know it's serious when I put the camera down. 1 second. Lots of giggling coming from the living room because they're watching Big Bang Theory. So I've got to say a huge thank you to a lovely, lovely viewer and a friend of this channel called Jessica, who got in touch because I was talking about early on in Vlogtober, I ran a giveaway for your paper quest, and that's all done and dusted now, and the winners received their prize. And in order to enter, I said, tell me what your favourite read of the year has been so far, and I had so many wonderful comments, and I said that I would really like to go through and write it all down, and I would have done, but then yeah, I didn't. You saw I got sick and everything just got had to go on the back burner a bit. But I had a message from Jessica saying, I am happy to do that for you. I will go through those comments and I will pull out the name of the book and the author, and I will make you a list. And I got an email that I opened this morning, and she has not only done that, but she has written me the nicest email, and she's also put together it's such a brilliant sort of description of what she's done and instructions for how to use it, and she's given me the list in about 3 different formats so that I can choose how I want to share it, including just writing it out in the email. And it is a really long list. Oh, you are not going to be able to see it. It's going to be too bright. She has spent so much time doing this. Thank you so much, Jessica. I can't even begin to say thank you enough. And it's such an amazing list. Oh no, now I'm getting into it. Legends and Lattes, that's what I'm reading now. So what I'm going to try and do is post it in the description underneath this video, if I can, because there are limits to how many characters you can have. So if I can put it in the description, I will. If not, I will follow Jessica's brilliant instructions and work out another way to do it, and I will put that on the screen. Hopefully editing me will be like, why did you say put it on the screen? I haven't worked it out yet. So I might put it on the screen, but either way, look in the description box connected to this video, and there will be instructions for how to see that list that everybody who commented under that video who gave us their reads of the year, and then you've got a list to refer to whenever you need recommendations for your next read. So I'm going to have a look through this to see if there's any that are going to jump out at me that I might be able to get free on Libby or Borrow Box that I can listen to on my way to work tomorrow. That was a very rambly explanation, but oh my goodness, what a lot of work she did. Thank you so much, Jessica. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm going to have a proper read through of that email. I just can't believe how much effort and work she's put in. I know, I'm repeating myself now. And by the way, I did turn off the onions in case anyone's worried about the onions. They're no longer cooking. They are just sitting in the pan. I'll warm them up in a minute. Right, I'm going to go and serve up dinner, and then I'll come back to you to ramble on again in a minute. And I think well, it seemed fitting, didn't it, that in a month where I spent quite a great deal of it talking to you from my bed, that we should finish with me talking to you from my bed. It is 8:05 and I have come up for a very early night. Trick-or-treating finished really early this year. Normally it would go on until about now, but it really just trickled off by about 7:30. So pumpkins are still out just in case there's a few stragglers, but otherwise I've taken the window, turned it off. I'll leave it up, enjoy it for one more day. Phoebe and her friend are doing all different types of makeup tutorials in her room. It's so lovely. They just look up tutorials. They've got all my old face painting stuff. The cleanup operation that she is going to have for herself tomorrow is going to be immense. But yeah, they've got all my old face painting stuff. And because I used to do face painting, I used to have a little business on the side where I would go out and do face painting, and I loved it. I really, really loved it, and I had a really good kit, and I've kept it because I still like to play with it. So they've got that, and they're playing about with all the different colours and the sparkles, and they're going through and doing tutorials, and they've both got really fantastic skull faces at the moment. If she's taken any selfies of just herself, I'll try and put one on the screen if she lets me. I do always check with my girls if they want to be on camera or if they don't feel like it. Usually they do, but sometimes Phoebe doesn't because they're teenagers. So if I do have opportunity to share with you a little picture of what she's done, I will do. Yeah, it's just so lovely. So that's what they're doing at the moment, and being very giggly and finishing off the rest of the Halloween sweets. Lilia's downstairs sorting out her nails and watching Big Bang Theory. She's binge watching that, and Dan is sitting with her, probably playing a little game on his phone because that's what he likes to do to chill out. I'm going to do a bit of crochet on Phoebe's birthday amigurumi, and I'm going to watch some Vlogtobers and just enjoy a really nice early night and a hot milk and one of my special biscuits. My special biscuits, by the way, are the McVitie's caramel digestives. I love them. I like to hold the chocolate this is going to be too much information. Hold the chocolate digestive over the hot milk so the chocolate melts, and then I lick the chocolate off, and then I dunk the caramel covered biscuit in the milk and then eat it. Just love it. Love it. But I'm very full of baked potato at the moment, so I really don't feel like that for another hour or so. I thought I'd just have I was looking through the comments, and I thought I'd just go through and pick some out as a little end of Vlogtober thing. Oh, this is a good one. So this is Paula Reed. Hi Paula. She said, glad you're feeling brighter. Thank you very much. I am feeling brighter, although I do about an hour after taking my antibiotics, I feel really nauseous, but then I feel better again. You didn't need that information. All you said was glad you're feeling brighter. Just like threw in tons of useless information to add to it. I found a book challenge on Instagram at the weekend that you might like too. You crochet a granny square that represents the book you are reading. What a good idea. Most people are picking out the colours from the cover. Then at the end of the year, or however long you do it for, you have a collection of granny squares as a memory of all the books you've read. Not that I need another work in progress. Oh, that's such a good idea. So let me think. How many books have I read or listened to so far this year? I wonder if Storygraph tells me. Oh, okay. So I set myself a challenge at the beginning of the year to read 50 books. I have done that. Have I read? Does that mean I've read 50 exactly? Yes, so I've read 50 books. So if I did that this year, that's books and audiobooks, then I would have 50 squares. So depending on the size of it, that would be a good thing to do for a blanket. Ooh, I'm not very good at year-long projects though. As evidenced by my Christmas jumper, you'll notice if you watch my other channel that I've not updated. I am going to do that when Vlogtober's over, but let's just say I don't think I'm going to get it finished. I was supposed to get it finished for this Christmas, but that's fine. I can always get it finished for next Christmas, and I will update you on that if you're interested in the next video that I make about that on Little Drops of Wonderful. Yeah, so that's good. Glad you're feeling better. By the way, this is Mrs. Craft-A-Lot. I was able to fill in a cryptic crossword answer thanks to you. It was rabbit on. Yeah, that sounds about right. Lynn Sanders said, I have hundreds of books on my Kindle. I'm 73 and I think if I read all day every day I would have to be as old as Methuselah, said to be 969. Don't fancy my chances. You do make me laugh. I have to find Hot Potato. Our 23-year-old loved the Wiggles. I actually took him to see them when they first toured the US and got a picture of Murray with him while he was wearing a Murray costume. Oh, the red Wiggle. That's Belinda at Belinda's Baubles. That was brilliant. I can't believe you met a Wiggle. Lily Max 555. I'm listening to The Maid on your recommendation. I do like Molly, but she is in peril right now. I'm saying nothing. No spoilers from me. Just that I really enjoyed it. Well, thank you everybody for those comments so far. Well, I just refreshed it and there's a couple of more. I listened to The Maid a while ago. Oh, that's Jay Shri. Hi, Jay Shri. Oh, it's always lovely to see your name pop up. I really enjoyed it. Glad you are feeling better. Love the pumpkins. Thank you. Caroline. Caroline Magruder. So these are probably not your real usernames because YouTube did a thing recently where they give you sort of usernames and numbers. Hopefully you recognise yourselves. Yeah, you're getting better. Great to see you chipper again and able to do fun things like get your nails done and carve pumpkins. Oh, thank you, Caroline. Yeah, so I'm just putting off saying goodbye, aren't I? So I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for joining me for the whole of October and all of the rabbiting on. And yeah, I'm going to go and watch Vlogtobers and I won't see you tomorrow. But in the words of Cameron Diaz, in The Holiday, which I watched the other day because I couldn't watch Practical Magic because somebody hadn't put it back in the box and I'm going to have to now go through and try and find it in whatever box they have put it in. That won't have been me and everyone else will deny it. My main suspect is Lilia. But anyway, I'm off on a tangent again. In the words of Cameron Diaz, in The Holiday, I'll be seeing you. Bye. Just so cheesy. Corny! I'm looking for corny in my life. I could go on. I won't go on. Bye.